Hi, lovely people. You're welcome back to my channel. In case you are new here, my name is Oluwakemi Akiode. I am a counselor and I am a young person's coach. I absolutely enjoy working with young people. But on this channel, I talk about all things relating to parenting and family life, young adulting, growing up, faith, lifestyle, and general tips that help us to achieve success on our journey through life. So if any of that sounds like something you would be interested in, please subscribe to this channel so that you will get notified every time I release a new video. So today I want to talk to parents. Yeah, my lovely parents. I love you all. Mwah. Especially if you're parenting teenagers, I feel like today's video is something you want to watch again and again because I'll be sharing some tips that would help us to be more supportive of our teenagers. Yeah, that's what I want to talk about in today's video. I feel like if a lot of us reflect and take our mind back to when we were growing up and we looked at some things that our parent did, if we pick lessons from it, we will be able to do better now. So I say it that some of us might say, "Oh, my parent did this to me and I didn't die and I turned out well." Perfect. But deep down within you, so I always say that, "Oh, my parents did their best. I turned out well. They trained me well." But when I look at some areas in my life, I'm like, no, I didn't know better, and I didn't see anybody model those kind of things better to me. So I couldn't do better. That's why, the same way, this is what I want us to take into our parenting practices. So we should aim to improve. Most of us at work, we talk about process improvement, being a better version of ourselves. So the same principle, let's take it into our parenting. So if there are styles that you've seen that you feel, oh, I could do it better, oh, I did it this way, this thing didn't work, then let's try something else. Always aim to improve with your parenting style. So, what are four? I'm going to talk about four important tips I feel like we need to support our teenagers better. And as always, as with anything, the first thing on my list today is learn to have open ended conversations with your teenagers. Yes, as a matter of fact, with our children generally, we should be intentional about having open-ended conversations with them because it would help us to get them to talk more, and we would always have something to talk about when we use that approach. So instead of saying, "How was school today?" "How did school go today?" You're forcing your child to think, and so they are really thinking, okay, really, how did school go today? Or what happened in school today? What was the best thing about school today? That's for younger children. So as they grow on, so with children, with your children generally, if you start early, is better. So if you are already used to having conversation with your child when they were much younger, um, doing or building the moment you are being intentional about building connection with your children when they are much younger, it helps a lot when they become teenagers, because people always say, "Oh, teenagers, oh, they are this, they are that," and I'm like, but they're still the same children. It's just the face that is changing, and it doesn't have to all be with struggle. So we can actually do that same face with ease, or with a little bit of ease when we learn these things early. So have open-ended conversation with your teenagers. It would help them to talk more. Sometimes they might come home, they might be upset, they might be angry, they might be pissed off. Somebody might have done something to them that even has nothing to do with you, and they're coming home, they're transferring their aggression on you because you are like their safe place. If they can't vent to people outside, they can come home and vent to you. And that's how the home should actually be. I always say that if my children can't be themselves within in the house, then there's a problem. If they can't play freely in the house, talk to us freely in the house, then we need to check our parenting styles. So the home should be a safe place for your teenager as well. So have open-ended conversation with them. Master the skill of having open-ended conversations with them. When they come home angry and all that is where we, as the older folks in their life, should be able to regulate the situation. So we want to be able to regulate it. Your teenager cannot be angry and you are also angry. A teenager cannot be saying, "I don't want to talk about it now," and then you are hungry and you don't want to talk to them. That's where we had the holder figures in their life. So while they are saying nothing is wrong, just give them time. And the truth is, the moment they notice that it's coming from a place of love and care, they will actually open up. Yes, they will open up. So if you try the first time and they're not talking, just keep trying. Don't give up. But don't be fussy and don't be pushy about it at the same time. Okay, so we'll have open conversations with them. The second thing is encourage their independence and freedom. Remember that they are growing. So they are no longer, you can no longer tell them everything they need to do. When you encourage their independence and freedom, you allow them to take responsibilities, you allow them to make their own choices, but not without clearly defined boundaries. In my previous video, I spoke about defining boundaries for your teenagers or your children. So, even as much as we are giving them that room to be free, to be themselves, to own their own independence, there still has to be a bit of control, not because you don't trust them, it's because you love them too much to allow them get into trouble or to get into danger. That's why we have to define those boundaries with them. But we allow them their freedom. I want to do this. Okay, we talk about it. Always explore the consequences of their choices with them as well. So if they say this is what they want to do, explore all of the choices. Don't tell them, don't do it. Just explore the choices with them. And then you trust them to make sound decision. Okay? So that's how we allow them enjoy their independence and their freedom. The third tip is let us be supportive, not overbearing. I know some of us, like, just thinking back now, I'm just like, oh, my dad can be overbearing. See, if my father asked me to do something, even though I know and I know I'm going to do it, he probably will be calling me every hour to say, have you done this? And I'm like, Daddy, I've heard you. I will do it when I get home or something. Like, if he asks you to do anything, that man, he will keep reminding you, like, and I'm like, stop it. I said I would do it, you know. So I know, of course, it's coming from a place of love, it's coming from a place of I don't want you to forget and all that. But sometimes it can be overbearing. So we don't want to be that parent who is overbearing. We are supportive but not overbearing. We're not pushing them, we are not being forceful on them to do things or to get things done. Even with younger children, when you give them instruction, you will notice that they don't get up to do it like immediately. I don't know, except if your own children, if that's how they are. When I say go and take the cup to the kitchen, they heard me. But they will do it eventually. But they won't like jump up immediately to say they want to do it. But they will eventually do it. And I've noticed it. So I've learned to just go you like, okay, I don't mind. I know they will do it. So when I tell them to do something, they might not jump up. Sometimes I feel like as I'm saying it, get up and do it, but they will do it eventually and they will do it well. So I've learned to not mind once I give them instruction. Even when one of them say, you are talking to X, Y, and Z to go and do something, it's not answering. I'm like, leave him, he heard me, he will do it. So I don't worry myself. So let's not be overbearing, especially with our teenagers. And then the final point, which is number 4, let us lead by example. Yes, this is very important. Leading by example is very crucial in parenting our children, our teenagers well. We can't be that parent who will be do as I say, not do as I do. No, we want to be parents who can proudly say or who can proudly pray that I pray that my child will come across somebody like me in their lives. So if we can't confidently pray that prayer, it means we still have a lot of work to do. So you want to lead by example. Don't You can't be that one telling your teenager that you get angry easily. Stop getting angry. And when they do little things, you flare up, you yell, you shout, you use curse words on them. You're not leading by example. We need to know that whatever we do in the presence of our children, they are picking it up, whether consciously or unconsciously. So we can't afford to leave parenting to chances. We cannot afford to just do things anyhow because we feel like, oh, we are the older people here. No, we must lead by example in all areas of life, in how you talk to other people, in how you treat your spouse, how you treat your family, how you treat your colleagues, how you treat your employees. Even in your faith walk, how you relate with people, they are watching and they are learning. And so they would pick up on those things. So let's remember to lead by example. We want to be good models for our children. I feel like being a parent comes with a lot of responsibility because we then become more intentional with the things we do the moment we are parents. Sometimes when I see my children, when I see some traits in them, I'm like, and I used to be like that some years back. Kemi, you are the one that is making this child like this. It's your fault that your child has these traits that you feel uncomfortable with. But I mean, that's his life. So because of that, I am very intentional with the things I do around my children, or generally now with the way I live my life. I'm very intentional because I don't want to be that parent. I don't want to be that person who my child can't talk to, who my child is hiding from, who my child does not want to see, who my child does not want to relate with. So I'm very intentional generally with the way I live my life now. So it's very important for all of us as parents. Nobody is perfect, by the way. I must add that. I'm not perfect. If you ask my children, they'll probably tell you that mommy has flaws in this area, but that's life. No human is perfect. We are just walking. We are all a work in progress, and we are taking intentional steps to always be better than who we are yesterday. So that's it. I hope you find today's tips helpful. Please tell me, let me know in the comment section. How do you support your children who are teenagers? What tips, what strategies have you been using that is helping you to support your children in their teenage age? Share with us in the community so that we all can learn and we all can do better. We can be better parents to our children. If you find today's video helpful, please do not forget to share with somebody so that they also can learn, and then we all can grow together and we can all raise healthy children and have saner societies on the long run, which I feel like is the ultimate goal for us all. Till I come your way again, keep winning.